Hi, my name is Salamuddin Indrix, and I am 15 years old. I was diagnosed with monomeningeal seal, and I have kyphoscoliosis, which got to do with the spine, and I was also diagnosed with carpal tunnel syndrome, and I also have a urological defect bowel and bladder problem. I have been at the Red Cross Hospital since I was small. I had spina bifida and hydrocephalus, and I was required to have multiple operations over the years. Today I am going to be interviewing my doctor, Prof. Insulin.
Hello, Salamuddin. Thank you so much. It's a great honor for me.
What is my diagnosis and what causes it?
So, Salam, you have a condition called spina bifida, and it's a condition where some children are born with the bottom part of their spinal cord being open, so the skin doesn't close that area completely. And most children that are born with this will have hydrocephalus as well. So you have spina bifida with hydrocephalus.
Does my condition have a lifespan?
Yeah, that's the sad reality and the difficult question always for all of us to think about. Nee? So we know that in rich countries in Europe and America, people with spina bifida can have normal lives. They can live into their 60s and 70s. But in poorer countries like ours and then the rest of Africa, it would be less common for people to live later than their 40s. And some even die as young children. But we are very fortunate to have units like we have here at Red Cross Hospital, and there's one or two other very specialized units like this in Africa as well, where young people can live relatively normal lives late into their adult life.
Okay, that was quite interesting.
Yeah, it's not a good part of your whole story to hear, but you and I have had that discussion a few times in the past, and that
Yes.
so I know that you're very well aware of that. The important thing is that we are open with each other, and we know what the risks are, and we know
Yes.
what conditions might affect you, so that we keep on looking out for them.
And then I'd like to say something else. I want to say thank you for being my doctor, as I always could and can leave my life in your hands. And I know I can leave it in your hands and in God's.
Absolutely.
And I trust you, my Prof. Insulin.
Thank you very much, Salamuddin. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you and your brother and your mother, and it's a wonderful privilege and honor for me to be part of your journey and to see how you grow up. And I'm really blessed to be your friend and to be part of your life. Thank you.
People that are in my life that I really, really love is my mother, and she is one of a kind of a woman. Hi, Mommy. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good. I would like to ask you about how I came into this world.
Well, as you know, it was a long story. You were born at 5.5 months. You were fitched due to your spine being opened. You were, I think, about 4 hours old when you came over to Red Cross, where they closed up your spine. And then from there on, I think you were about 3 months old, where they put in the VP shunt. And only then you were discharged from Red Cross at the time.
And how did you feel when I went for my very first operation?
The very first operation, which was the VP shunt, the VP shunt was known to me as something called evil of evil. It can be a good thing, it can be a negative thing. It was really emotional because I wouldn't know, would you come out of there or would you not come out of the operation successfully?
And how did you feel when I was constantly admitted into hospital?
With all your operations, all your admittance, it's emotional because I wouldn't want that for anybody. No, any child, nobody. Because you've spent your whole entire life. You've been here. There hasn't been a year that you've not been here or a month that you've not been here at hospital. By the end of May, you will have your 16th op here at Red Cross. And with all your ops, you're still optimistic. You don't let it get you down. For you, what I see in you is like, if something is done, it's like you've got this hope already that it is successful.
Thank you so much, Mom, for letting me interview you.
It was my pleasure, Salamuddin.
I first heard of Oryx Radio about 2 years ago. I've heard one of the nurses and the patients they've been talking about Oryx Radio, and I've mentioned that why don't I maybe try it out a little bit. Why I want to be part of Oryx Radio is because I want to try and motivate the patients and people, those that are living with disabilities and everything. So I'm more of a motivational speaker.